Another card talk. Man, something that I find a lot of my clients do, right, is they take one step forward and then two steps back every time, or every single week when they first start my program. And why is that, right? Why do you consistently take one step forward and then two steps back, right? First, you got to know first I got to tell you exactly what is a step forward, okay? Then I got to tell you what's going to cause you to take two steps back. Every time you do everything that you're supposed to do on your to-do list every single day, you take one step close. You get one step closer to the dream outcome that you want. All right? When you do everything, all the daily non-negotiables that you're supposed to do, you're taking one step closer. You're getting one step closer to that dream outcome that you want. For fitness, it's very simple. You get your steps in, you hit your macros, and you do that workout. Every time you do all three of those tasks or those to-do lists every single day, you get a step closer to your goal. And every time you don't do those things, all three, you take two steps back. So if you track your macros, right, and you do your workout, but you don't hit your steps, you're taking two steps back. Because when you don't get the amount of steps that you need to get, your weight is going to go up every time. But when you do everything that you're supposed to do, right, when you do everything that you're supposed to do, right, you'll only go up. You'll only go up you'll only go down in weight like 0.5 or some shit like that if you're trying to lose weight. Have you noticed that it's honestly a lot easier to gain weight than it is to lose weight? Right? Because for my prep right now, I've actually noticed that. Right? My coach has me, as soon as I wake up, he has me weighing myself first thing in the morning. Right? And every time I don't hit my macros, I easily go up a pound, right? Easily go up a pound or two. But every time I hit my macros, get my steps in, right, and do my workout, I only go up by a little bit. So that alone tells me if you don't clear everything on your schedule every single day and do every single task that you need to do, what's going to happen? You're going to go back two steps, right? You're going to go back two steps. Because a lot of you guys will be like, well, no, when you only go back one? No. Because you go back two steps because you're going to gain back that weight if your goal is fat loss. You're going to gain back that weight and probably some more. But also, most importantly, you're going to fall off mentally and physically. You're going to start telling yourself, oh, well, since I gained weight, I don't have to keep on doing this shit. What's the point? If I'm gonna just miss one day, if I'm not perfect, then I'm not gonna get my outcome. So I'm gonna just miss another day. Then one day turns to 2 days. Then 2 days turns into a week. And then a week turns into 2 months. Did that ever happen to you? Happens a lot. Happens fucking a lot. So every time you don't do every single task on your non-negotiable list, right? Whether that's going to work, whether that's hitting your macros, whether that's, taking your partner out on a date, whatever it is. Every time you don't do everything on your to-do list, due to your feelings, you take two steps back, right? Every time. Every time. That's why I'm so anal on my clients about hitting their macros and hitting their steps and hitting everything, because I understand as a coach that if you don't do everything, right, you will only take one step forward. And if you do everything bad, right, or if you don't clear everything on your to-do list, you're going to take two steps back. You know how every time people do something good, people are like, okay, yeah, you're supposed to do that. But every time you do something bad, people remember that. Like you could do good by someone for like a year straight, and the one thing that you do bad, they over exaggerate and they're like, well, you did this, you did that, right? The one thing that you did bad to them, they remember and they hold you to it, but they don't remember anything that you did right. They don't remember anything. You could take your friend to work, not ask them for gas money for a whole year. And that one day you're like, hey man, can you give me some gas money? Bro, niggas ain't real, right? Niggas ain't real. Nigga, like, I thought you supposed to be my mans for real. What the fuck? Why you asking for gas money? And they'll make you feel bad, right? All because that one time, right? You did something, I guess, quote unquote, bad. Every time you do something bad, when it comes to your goals, you're going to take 2 steps back. And that's why people I always make progress, right? But then every time I make progress, I come back to where I once were, right? Where I once was. Like, people will lose 10 pounds, but then gain it right back just as fast, right? Literally because they don't understand that this is an everyday thing. And once you can literally just accept that your goals are going to take all of you every single day, 365 days a year, you will always be stuck in this cycle of seeing a little bit of progress and then not seeing progress, seeing a little bit of progress and then seeing no progress. That's why you'll always be stuck in a plateau and then see a little bit of progress and then back stuck in that plateau. It's because it's every single fucking monotonous day. You have to lock in. You have to lock in. It's every day, bro. It's every day, right? People like to say, hey, look, God, even God takes a break on the 7th day. God is a perfect vessel. He's perfect, right? So for you to try to compare yourself to the Creator is honestly crazy, right? It's crazy. You're essentially comparing yourself to Him, right? Well, God doesn't work every single day, so neither should I. Bro, you're comparing yourself to the Creator. That's crazy, okay? That's nuts. And He's perfect. You're not. So you have to work every single day. Every single fucking day until you get your outcome. Every day. And then some of you guys will be like, well, what about the timeline? What if it takes me 2 years? What if it takes you 2 years? What if you work every single day for the next 7 days? Every single day for the next 2 years, and it takes you 2 years to get your outcome. 2 years to live the life that you want. Are you willing to trade that? Are you willing to do that? Because you have to understand that time is going to pass anyway. Time is truly going to pass whether you do the work or not. So 2 years is honestly going to go by fast regardless, whether you do the work or you don't. You're going to blink and it's going to be 2 years. Are you going to have 2 years of progress or 2 years of experience? Or 2 years of results? Because success is very simple, right? Either you did the work or you didn't. If you feel like you're always taking 1 step forward and 2 steps back, it's because one day you do everything that you're supposed to do, the next day you don't. It's that simple. You know exactly what you have to do every single day. You just don't do it. And why is that? You have to ask yourself. It could be for a variety of reasons. It's because you don't have the accountability that you honestly need, right? Accountability is more important than information. It honestly is. And I'm starting to really understand that by having a coach, right? If he wasn't holding me accountable, if I didn't have anyone, to speak to or to basically check into, I probably wouldn't do half the things that I am now. I wouldn't, because accountability is so powerful, because it shines the light that, hey, bro, you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. Get on your shit. Because as people, we like to be delusional. We like to be delusional. I've noticed that the people that are not as successful as they want to be, they're highly delusional. Right? And not delusional in a good sense, right? People tell you to be delusionally optimistic. Yeah, you should be. But you shouldn't be delusional to the point where you think you're going to get something and you haven't been working for it. People who are not successful as they want, people who are fat and don't have the finances that they want, they are simply just delusional as fuck. Right? They think they're going to lose the weight in 90 days, right? Not knowing the actions that they will have to take every single day to achieve that. They take the weekends off. They drink alcohol and they eat fast food consistently. They don't know their macros and they don't have a plan. All they know is, hey, I'm going to just fast, right? And I'm going to just try to eat healthy. Then when the weekends come, all that fasting shit and all that eating healthy shit goes out the window the second that they're stressed. Because they didn't sit down and think about, oh shit, What if I'm out with my friends, or what if I'm out with my girl, or what if I'm, super hungry? What am I gonna do when I have to break the fast? What am I gonna do when things get hectic? What am I gonna do when things get stressful? They're highly delusional. They're not realistic. They haven't committed themselves and dedicated themselves to doing this every single day. They haven't. So they're going to consistently go one step forward and two steps back. They're very delusional with the timeline. The timeline, I've noticed that people that take one step forward and two steps back, they're always focused on the timeline. How long will it take? How long will it take? If you're someone watching and you're trying to see progress, but you're so fixated on the timeline, you will not be successful. You won't. Because this shit will take a long time. It took me, now that I think about it, it took me 5 to 6 years to get this physique that I have now. It took me 3 years to get the amount of clients that I have now. It took me 7 years to get the amount of followers that I have on all platforms. It's a consistent grind, and I'm showing up every single fucking day. Every day. Every day. That shit is agonizing, right? To show up every day. It's tiring, right? I'd rather do anything else. But I'm still showing up. That's what a great coach does. Right? That's what somebody who's serious about the results do. They show up every single day, even on Sunday, even on the weekends. And I'm creating a person that does that. And today I was kind of off a little bit because I'm just really just thinking like, man, I really have to show up every single day whether I want to or not. Just so I can get that one step forward and I don't take the 2 steps back. Every time you don't do the things that you don't want to do, right? You take 2 steps back. Mentally and physically. You don't get the result, right? Success is just opportunity equals preparation. Opportunity and preparation equals success. You will not get the opportunity if you constantly miss days. You will not be prepared if you don't prepare every single day. You won't be prepared for success if you don't prepare every day. The shit is not hard. You're just very difficult, right? So that's why I will be showing up every single day. I've committed a life sentence to showing up every single day. And am I excited about this shit? No. I'm honestly going to let you guys in on a fucking secret. I hate every second of this shit. I hate every second of prep. I hate every second of shooting content. But the second that I get into it and I start doing the things that I hate to do, then I start to feel that love and that spark again. Every time I do something I don't want to do, I start to feel that spark. Okay? I start to be like, okay, this is where it's at. Right? Love is action. Love is action. I'm a firm believer that love is a verb. Right? So if you want to love the grind, you got to be actively in it. Right? Even when you don't want to. I didn't want to wake up today. I wanted to sit at home and just relax. But I'm going to keep on showing up every day. Shit, honestly, not for you, but for myself. But, if it inspires you, I love it.